Hello again and welcome to another edition of Suds and Country. Hi, I'm Herb Suds and welcome to the show, my friends. On this show we have special guest Mr. Doug Supernaw. How are you doing, Doug?
I'm doing wonderful, thank you.
Good to have you on Suds and Country, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
Good to have you at the Colorado Cafe.
It's going to be fun.
Oh, I know that. I'm looking forward to a good show here at the Colorado Cafe this evening. What's Tack Records?
It's a record label that I started myself with a couple of friends and based in Texas after I left Giant Records in Nashville because I just wanted to try it, stay a little closer to home and try to make records. I thought, well, if they can sell them, we can too. So we tried it and gave it a good shot, but it's tough.
How's it working so far? It's tough.
I mean, we're doing good for an independent label,
Right.
but in comparison to my other albums, it's just hard to get it into the New York markets and the Miamis and the.
There's so many independent labels out there today. I can't even think of all those independents that are out there.
Well, I didn't actually start it to have a record label. I just started it because I thought that I could actually. I thought if I sent the quality of records as I'm sending from the majors,
Sure.
that they would play it regardless.
Right.
But I found out different.
Is that so?
Yes, sir.
Fade and Renegade, your first album from Tack Records. That record was recorded at Willie Nelson Studios near Austin.
Yes, sir.
Can't get more Texas than Willie, can you?
Not at all. He should have been president of Texas long ago.
There you go. How are you distributing that record?
It's distributed out of Southwest, out of Houston, Texas.
You're not using the Loretta Lynn style?
No, I mean, we have major distribution. I
know.
think you can pick it up everywhere, but there might be one, in the corner bin somewhere over there, stuck behind the bluegrass section.
You know how Loretta got out there, don't you? She banged on those doors.
You bet.
What do you look for in a song when it's shopped to you before you record it?
It's got to be a song that when I listen to it, I think, oh, I wish I'd have written that.
Okay.
And if I didn't wish that I'd have written it,
You don't record
then
it.
I don't record it.
How many songs on Fade and Renegade do you wish you recorded? That you wish you wrote?
Well, I try to keep my albums about half and half. On Fade and Renegade, there's 12 songs, and there's 6 I wrote and 6 I didn't.
Okay.
So.
Do you road test the songs before you record them on an album? You play them in live shows?
It works sometimes and it doesn't work. Reno went over real well, but I Don't Call Him Daddy didn't road test at all. I mean, because nobody wanted to hear I Don't Call Him Daddy at midnight in a bar.
Okay. So you didn't road test that one?
Well, we tried, but it didn't do well. But then on the charts, they
Did it do good on it? No kidding.
Oh, yeah.
Wow. How does it feel to be a record company executive?
I'm not. I just started the record company just so I would have.
You're not pushing the buttons in the company?
I'm trying to turn the reins over to other people.
Okay.
Unfortunately, I'm the one that's been in it the longest.
Okay.
So they all come to me with questions.
There you go.
But I wanted to just be an artist on the record company.
Okay.
And then I wanted to kind of run the record company from a perspective of taking care of the artists because artists are rarely happy on a record company. And it's not that anybody is a bad person. It's just artists are usually very creative, independent people, and they don't necessarily like to work for somebody else. But if you go record an album for somebody else, you might be recording 3 songs that the president of the record label's daughter likes.
Right. How much?
That's kind of the way it is.
In other words, the artist doesn't have a lot of quality control over the songs that he's recording?
Well, either you put up a big fight and they kick you out after a while like I do.
No, you don't have a whole lot of control. Not a lot of control, huh?
I've had more than a bunch of artists, but I'm also without a record deal after 3 albums. It's not because of the quality of my albums, it's because I'm labeled hard to work with. Okay.
Aside from a record company executive, which you're not quite sure, you started, but you're not the label. You were a concert promoter way back?
Yeah, I was.
Songwriter?
Yes, I still am that.
You're still that. How about the music publishing deal in the 80s? When you went to Nashville?
I've always been a music publisher, too.
Oh, were you?
Yeah.
Didn't you get a deal in the 80s with somebody?
Well, I've always had my own music publishing. When I went to Nashville, for a small period of time, I ran out of money seriously.
Right.
So I took, $220 a week to just sit in an office and write songs.
Okay, there you go. That's what I was.
But that was only for about a year, and then
okay.
I've always retained my own publishing.
Okay. Top recording artist. How many number ones have you had?
On which chart?
You tell me.
If you count the top 3 charts, I've had 3 number ones.
Okay, all right.
But
You're an entertainer above all? No?
songwriter.
Songwriter. You like to be
First.
known, you like to be known more so as a songwriter than an entertainer?
You know, and
When it comes to billing you, how would you be categorized?
boy, that's tough. I mean, you know, I'm fighting that right now because I'm in a situation where I'm getting ready to sign another major record label.
Okay.
And so I'm trying to figure out, okay, exactly what direction are we going to, because I'm not going to get up there and show my belly button
Right.
and dance around in
yeah.
circles.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm beyond that.
Yeah, right.
So I just have to write great music and hope people like the music. So it's kind of changing right now. It's kind of in a...
How about showing another video? You pick one. You know what you have. There's 8 of them on this paper.
There's a lot of...
Which one do you want to...
State Fair.
State Fair. Tell me something about State Fair.
The only time I ever got mad that a song died on the chart was that song.
That's
Because Mothers Against Drunk Driving
yes. There
killed
it is.
that song basically.
Did they?
Because yes, they did, because they thought it was a pro-teen drinking song, and it was actually an anti-teen drinking song. If you watch the whole video,
Misinterpreted.
if you turn it off after a minute,
Right.
then I could see where they would think that. But if you're patient enough to watch the entire 3.5-minute video,
Right.
then you see it as a very anti-teen drinking video. But they were successful with a little telephone campaign and killing that song.
No kidding. Got power, huh?
Big power.
You called yourself a sophisticated redneck, I read in an article. Is that true? No?
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did.
It was
How long ago did you do that?
90. I don't remember. It was on Crook and Chase show because they
Oh,
said,
did it?
describe yourself. I said, they said, are you a redneck? Are you smart? Are you dumb? What are you? I said, well, I'm a redneck. I'm kind of sophisticated, you know, so I don't know.
That's how that name
fits
came
pretty
about.
well.
Fits, huh? That's how it came about on Crook and Chase?
Yes, sir.
What's your opinion to the state of country music? What state are we in the country music today? What's the condition? Tough question?
It's a very tough question. I mean,
I-
it's completely different.
It is.
You know, if we get off a plane here in Long Island and drive across to New Jersey, and we maybe pick up 2 country stations on the way over here.
Maybe.
And in a 3-hour drive, I've only heard 3 artists over and over again.
That's right.
And I just don't know, you know, I don't know how long people are going to stand for that, but it's not up to me, so.
Are there any stylists out there today recording music?
There's some talented people, but the talent is it all has to be homogenized so it fits into this one little smooth format so that they can sell Coca-Cola advertisements between songs.
Right.
So if the songs don't sound like a Coca-Cola advertisement or whoever they're selling advertising for, if the song isn't upbeat and that jingly, it's probably not going to get played.
You
I mean,
think
that's
they're
just a sad reality.
Do you think they're pushing the envelope in the wrong direction as far as music is concerned?
I think great music will always take care of itself, or I hope it will. And
Are the listeners getting the quality music today they used to get in the old days?
no, but in radio stations' defense, there's not the quality out there.
They're not looking for quality today?
The quality is not
Oh,
there.
quality's not there.
You know, when you
Okay.
had Merle Haggard coming out as a country artist, he'd already been in jail for 14 years
Right.
and written all those songs about having
yeah.
all those kids, and he
Yeah.
was writing from real life. Well, now you take somebody that can sing to a karaoke machine, and you bring them in, you find 5 songs that fit them up real nice,
Right.
and that's what, you know, constitutes a star.
Interesting.
So it's a totally different.
It's pretty hard to distinguish an artist, the artists that are out there today. At least I find, you know, you listen to them and they say, well, who's this? You used to hear Ernest Tubb. You knew that was Ernest Tubb
Well,
out there.
let me put it
Johnny
to you.
Cash, you knew that Tennessee 3 was backing him up.
Well, country is behind everything else, so let's put it into terms like this. Lightning Hopkins is a very influential blues artist. But if Lightning Hopkins were alive today, you would never hear his music. Simply because Lightning Hopkins is so good at playing the guitar, he doesn't play the political game to get the record deal.
Okay.
So
Okay.
that has changed the whole game. So now instead of me, whereas before I was 35 years old, all I did was sit around and write songs and play guitar.
Right.
Now I'm out here doing interviews and
Right.
kissing people's butt at
Yeah, to
Y
play.
and Y radio and whatever else I
Right.
have to do.
To get your music
So-
on.
Right. So it just changes a little. But
Has your music changed
my music hasn't.
since 1992 when you started recording for?
Mine
Big
hasn't
B&I?
changed my whole life. I mean, I can play you a song I wrote when I was 17, and it sounds just like the song I wrote last week that I'll probably play tonight. I mean,
It's still good country music.
if you put it there, I mean, at one point it was, when I was writing music in the 80s, there was a lot of it that people tried to pull pop.
You ever have a crossover?
I had a songwriting deal in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
I couldn't do it though.
A crossover one to write pop music?
They wanted me to come write for like the Walt Disney movies and all that kind of stuff. You make a ton of money, but they had a formula that you wrote by like verse, chorus, bridge, verse, chorus. Yeah,
That's how they do it.
they had a little formula on the wall, and you had to write, and you had to have the word love in every third line and all this kind of stuff.
Yeah. Couldn't handle that, huh?
I wouldn't do
That's for
that.
somebody else.
I mean, I could handle it, but they're paying me good, but I just couldn't do it.
What do you think the age of the artists today out there? Because when you went to Nashville in the '80s, you thought you were a little bit too young. Now look what's going on.
First time
15 years later,
First time I went, I was too young.
but look what's going on today. You ain't younger than Billy Gilman.
No, I mean, boy, it's just tough to explain.
Ah,
I mean, it's just, Leanne Rimes threw that whole game off.
She did. Well, look at Tanya Tucker, 13.
But on the other
Look how
hand, I
many
mean-
years ago.
On the other hand, he is 12 and he is singing a song, but
Yeah.
he can sing
Yeah,
really well, and he sold 1 million copies of the
I
album. So
know.
obviously,
he's doing something right.
and so it's not bad for country if you have a 12-year-old kid singing, I don't think. But now here's the danger. Every other record label is going to
Look,
say, oh no, we have to go out and sign a 12-year-old kid. So
That's
now
right.
behind Billy Gilman, you're going to have the next wave. If Shania Twain sells 1 million records, then you got 16 girls showing their belly buttons. If Billy Gilman sells 1 million records, then you got
12 more.
You're going to have the next 6 months. You're going to see so many 12-year-olds come down your pike. It's just the way it is.
You think the
They
young? Do you
followed
think?
the Beatles with the Monkees for a reason.
Do you think the young age bracket is just a fad, or you think it's going to continue on? You think these are flash in the pan acts? These young ones like Billy Gilman and Alicia Elliott and Lila McCann and all those. You think they're good?
Only time will tell.
Yeah, I
mean,
guess you're right.
Only time
Yeah.
will tell. And I mean, I don't think time is told. In my class that came up, there was a bunch of us
Yeah, oh yeah,
that
you
came
were.
up,
Yeah, in the mid
and a lot of us wrote our own songs. A lot of us didn't. A lot of us are doing better than others. A lot of us aren't doing so good. It's kind of an interesting little deal, though.
Pretty interesting. Let's take a break for a few minutes and pick me out another one. We got a couple over on this side too.
She never looks back.
Tell me about that song.
Most fun I
That
had.
was a great song with here. I would see what I wrote here. Buy the record.
Yes, sir.
You know where that was printed?
On the girls behind. I'm well aware of that fact, Eunice. I got a good slapping for it. So,
I know it too.
I got slapped bad
Did
that
you?
day. Yeah, I did. Probably deserved it.
It felt good though, didn't it?
Absolutely.
I read in one of the articles that you were heading for the political party rather than the party animal party. Were you thinking about it? No, that was just something you mentioned in a quick article.
Well,
No. Oh,
I think I'm way out of bounds on that. I think probably.
let's talk about golf.
Now, golf I can play.
There's a man that right behind that camera
Can
plays
he?
golf 3 days a week, 4 days a week. What's your handicap, Leo?
That I play golf.
You're building a golf course at home?
It's not a real golf
No,
course.
just
I mean, it's-
practice.
Yeah, I got, 10 tees and 7 greens.
Okay.
But I have every shot in my bag. I mean, I can hit a 330-yard driver, or I can, but the course I can play with just a sand wedge and a putter. But it's great
Okay.
for my short game.
Is it? Well, that's
Getting
a-
ready to turn 40 in a couple weeks, so I got 10 more years till the seniors tour.
There you go. You got a golfing scholarship?
I went to school on golf
Golf.
scholarship. Yeah,
How long you been playing golf?
my whole life. I grew
No
up on a
kidding.
course
Wow.
outside of Houston. We never quite lived in the city limits of Houston. We always lived with city to one side and country to the other.
It's not bad.
No, it's a great way to grow up.
This is a great song. You never even call me by my name. You put it on your Deep Thoughts from a Shallow Mind album. How did it do?
It actually got kind of caught in a mess because we had released State Fair, and then
Okay.
some radio stations started playing You Never Call Me By My Name.
Great song.
So they both got on the charts at once, but they both
Oh.
also canceled each other out. So
A lot of people record that, but that David Allen Coe had the big hit on it.
I've had a great relationship with him for
Oh, yeah?
20 years.
Do you
or
put
more.
that in your show, that song?
Every show?
You were going to hear it tonight?
Oh yeah,
There you go.
you bet. You're probably going to sing it with me too.
Uh,
So you might want to keep that camera on.
Who were the occasions?
The occasions were a group in South Carolina. They had the song "I'm a Girl Watcher." I'm a girl watcher.
What part of the occasions were you?
I was the lead singer.
There you go.
But not for that song.
Oh,
I was
okay.
only 7 years old when that song was recorded.
Okay.
I took
But
the lead
you-
singer's place in 1979.
There you go. There you go. You broke your neck in what kind of an accident? was that?
Surfing.
Surfing accident.
Surfing in Mexico.
Huh? Wow. You're all right. You fully recovered?
Fully recovered.
Boy, you
It
did.
wasn't fun for a while though.
No, I bet it wasn't.
Neck braces, no.
Are these your influences? Gene Watson, Vern Goss, and Keith Whitley, and the Possum?
Those are my country influences.
Yeah.
You know, like when but they're not my influences.
No.
Influences.
You don't style yourself after. Who do you don't style yourself after anybody other than Doug Supernaw?
I started writing songs when I was 8 years old, so
Mm.
I mean I've always pretty much, and I've never really been able to sing anybody else's stuff.
Right.
So I just kind of sing what I write, and fortunately there was a period of time where people seemed to like that.
Any of the songs that you wrote established you as a country singer, do you feel?
I think Reno was a good one. I think Reno will be around forever.
That was a good
And,
song.
and
to
Red and Rio
sing.
Grande is a huge song
That-
in Texas.
Was it?
It still
you-
is. I mean, it's just regional things. Long Tall Texan, for some reason, is real big in Florida.
Is it? Regional songs. Wow.
Everything is depending on where they played it on the radio and whether it caught on to a certain
Right,
thing that was
niche,
happening
right.
there.
Do you think videos sell songs or the artists sell the songs? A lot of songs
Videos-
made it without them.
The videos can sell songs. Like I Don't Call Him Daddy.
Okay.
That video sold a ton of records.
Right,
Like
that's-
on that album, Honky Tonkin' Fool sold very little albums. Reno probably didn't sell a whole lot of albums. The song did, but the video did.
Yeah.
But then the video on I Don't Call Him Daddy sold a lot of albums.
Okay. Wow. So it can go
Some
both
videos
ways.
can work and some don't.
Right. You do old songs, bring them back, redo old songs.
I do songs that I've liked for a long time.
Your favorites. You bring them back on your
You know,
albums.
If I catch myself sitting around like by myself playing a song, like I just dug up one the other day, an old Keith Whitley tune called "It's the Lady's Choice." Because I'm looking for songs to do on my next album that I'm getting ready to do.
Mm-hmm.
I started playing, and I thought, boy, this is a great song. And so I do that a lot. But it's got to be a song that was a favorite at one time or another in my life. I don't just go back trying to dig them up.
Have you toured overseas during your career? Never
Not
been
yet.
overseas yet? What's your email address for everybody?
Um,
Do we have one?
www.dougsupernaw.com.
There you go.
It's just
What were your jobs before Nashville?
everything.
Okay. You did a lot, huh?
Worked the oil field for a year.
That's right. I read that. You're right.
That was a good job. I enjoyed that. I did construction. Worked at a lot of different bars.
Did you?
Bouncing.
Yeah. Free time hobbies other than just golfing? Pretty
Mm-hmm.
much consumes your time.
Yeah, I got a lot of different hobbies, you know. Just
Well, you're building a golf course.
building a golf course. I love being on my mower.
I read that. You love your tractor.
Another thing I've liked doing is painting with my kids, actually. I love that.
Painting pictures?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
I
actually
want to paint the barn.
No, actually just taking out the oil paints and
Wow.
smearing them all over a canvas in the
No.
middle and just giving all your kids a canvas and letting them
Let
go
'em
work
go.
on it.
And it turned out good.
Everybody's does.
Wow.
It's kind of
There you
neat.
go.
I have
Well-
8 kids, so I have to think of
I read 8 is
creative
enough.
things to
Yeah,
do.
you're competing with 8 is enough, huh? Goals of the future. Goals and the future. What do you think's going on?
You know, I'm kind of like a boxer. I just kind of wake up and think, okay, we got the hell beat out of us yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Let's get up and try it again today.
Okay.
I mean,
What?
I'm so busy getting beat up by yesterday, I don't have time to think about tomorrow, and somehow it just all kind of works out.
What advice do you have for the person that's watching the show that wants to be a country artist?
Definitely start writing songs.
Songwriting the way into Nashville, or songwriting the way into the business.
The days of just putting your voice on a tape and going to Nashville and get a record deal are probably over.
Songwriting is the ticket in.
Songwriting's a true ticket in. For sure.
Mel Tillis told me that 15 years ago.
And he was a good one.
He was a good one. You don't get better than old Mel.
No, sir. But see, he lived them.
Did he live his songs?
Absolutely, every single one of them.
Good luck in the future, Mr.
Thank you,
Supernaw. Been a pleasure having you in Suds and Country. You take care, and when
Appreciate
you
it.
Doug Supernaws in your territory, go see him because he puts on a heck of a show. See you next time.